Catholic Church takes lead in vaccination awareness. Plans underway to reopen KOKODA track. And SP hunters recharge for next round.
This is National EMTV News with Helen Sayre.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for Monday's news. Archbishop of Port Moresby, Cardinal Sir John Ribart, says the Catholic Church will take the lead in embracing advocacy of the COVID-19 vaccination. He says too many misleading information is scaring the public. Cardinal Ribart says there is more work to be done and the Church must actively participate to ensure people are vested with the truth behind the type of vaccination the country is using.
With the COVID-19 pandemic swarming across the country, many have been left to decide options of vaccination, and there is a vacuum of uncertainty among the public given the massive publication of the discussions surrounding the side effects of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Cardinal Sir John Ribart says a proper message must be disseminated to the public.
And it is really to be able to inform us and help us so that we are equipped with technical information that will help us to be able to also bring to our people message that speaks confidently and encourages them to be able to talk about the truth, that we know the truth about what vaccine is, its effects on the lives of the people, the good effects. Of course, side effect is there also, but it's very minimal.
Last week, a first-of-its-kind meeting was held by the World Health Organization, UNICEF Health Department and the Council of Churches. The Cardinal also attended. He says more advocacy is needed and the Catholic Church will play its role in providing accurate and proper data of the vaccine so people are informed.
Encouraging our people and also with this advocacy going on, let us move in this way because we need to clarify all the informations that are misleading to our people, misinforming our people and discouraging our people.
While some parts of the country are reporting progress in the vaccination program, some remain reluctant. Cardinal Ribart says though there are minimum side effects, people must consider the protection of life. He says the vaccine is here to help everyone.
For the Catholic Church, this is what I would like to say. We would like to speak the truth about this, the vaccine. And if it is about life, it is about to save life, then we have the responsibility to be able to communicate that to our people. And for me, this is what I'm encouraging. Rome has said that vaccine is good for all, and if it is to save life, this is what it is.
Jack Power Jr., National EMTV News.
A senior doctor at the Alatar General Hospital says the AstraZeneca vaccine allows some form of security for staff and patients. The doctor says since 2020, the hospital has scaled down its services due to the pandemic. And with the vaccination rollout commencing in Alatar, many have come forward for a jab while others remain reluctant.
Like many other provinces in the country, limited quantity of the AstraZeneca vaccine has reached local provincial health authorities. For Milne Bay Province, its frontline health workers has commenced its vaccination. This will be the second week for the vaccination rollout.
For the hospital, we have about 400 staff that work within the hospital. And out of these 400, we've had 62 staff that have been vaccinated, while the rest are waiting or haven't had vaccines yet.
In 2020, services at the main hospital was scaled down. This also included the Barnabas School of Nursing, who depends on the hospital for training of nurses and HCOs. Some specialist services were also affected. The vaccination program is now bringing comfort for the staff and the operation of the health facility.
We have also opened up our clinics. We have specialist doctors clinics, we have physiotherapy, we have the dental clinic that have been closed because of COVID. Now with the vaccines on, we are feeling a sense of security in the sense that the staff could be protected as well as the public. And so we are rolling out our clinics now.
A nurse says vaccination of health workers have progressed. However, those seeking help at the hospital have been questioning staff over the side effects of the vaccine. Sister Alepa Matasia says proper information must be relayed to the public.
I realize that it's the media, the social media, the information that they read about. So they ask a lot of questions about the side effects, especially with the vaccine. Yes, so that is why they didn't come out to willingly get the vaccine.
Meanwhile, frontline health workers, public servants and a few from the private sector have come forward for a jab of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Jagla Power Jr., National EMTV News.
NCD Governor Pos Pakop with NCDC staff and various partners yesterday returned from a two-day short trekking on the KOKODA track. It was an initiative of the Tourism Promotion Authority, NCDC and various tour companies to open up trekking businesses. The track was closed for over a year due to the coronavirus pandemic.
NCD Governor Pos Pakop with members of True Warriors, Amazing Port Moresby, Active City Development Program and Tourism Promotion Authority all took part in this initiative. They left Owens Corner in Sogeri on Friday for the 2 days short trekking and returned yesterday. This walk now signifies the opening of the KOKODA Trail to tourists and other visitors who wish to do short trekking and experience KOKODA.
This is the collaboration that came together to do this short trekking. So the idea, and I want to encourage our people in the city, we don't wait for tourists from Australia or from other parts of the world to come. This trek is now available to us.
People living along the KOKODA Trail depend entirely on trekking and the tourism industry. With the closure of the KOKODA Trail over a year ago, people's lives were affected, with most tour companies going off business. According to a landowner representative, the trail is now in a very bad state, with most guest houses in dire need of rehabilitation, and there is a lack of economic development in villages along the trail. This initiative to open the trail to domestic tourism and short trekking will benefit people's lives.
There's lack of economic development along the KOKODA track. People always depend on the tourism, the trekking industry for their survival, income, and an opportunity to address some of their issues like school fee, debt, and other issues that affect them. Cross-cutting issues I'm talking about.
Following this initiative, a report will be sent to the Tourism Promotion Authority with recommendations to help improve the trail. And City Governor Pos Pakop also highlighted the need to help people living along the trail.
Do a report to PNG TPA on some ideas about how to improve this short trek, like improving the campsite, improving the availability of fruits and vegetables.
With the track now open to domestic tourism, city residents were also urged to do 1 day or 2 days short trekking. The governor says doing KOKODA Trail is not an easy task, and though the journey is tough, it comes with a lot of life lessons, good experiences and memories.
Importantly, it really tests us to, understand and know how to deal with life challenges.
But of course it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge. I am sure people can do it with the families, with the friends, and especially you will have a very good time.
Sporting background, I think all the teams should come up here and do their team bonding and to test their mind and body at the same time. This track is really good for it.
Rayon Lakingu National, EMTV News.
St. John Ambulance opened its new temporary ambulance station at Kokopo Fire Station earlier this month. The East New Britain Provincial Administration and the Provincial Health Authority have supported St. John to build a strong pre-hospital care system in the province. There are now 7 ambulance officers based at the Kokopo station who work shifts to provide 24-hour emergency medical response and rescue. The ambulance commander, Jethro Philemon, is on call after hours and on weekends to respond to emergencies. St. John Ambulance will be opening the ambulance station at Lay Fire Station and in Kundiawa. And now the COVID-19 statistics as of Friday, May 21st, 2021. 91 new cases were reported in 6 provinces. East New Britain reported the highest of 57 cases, West New Britain 17, Madang 9, NCD 4, while Morbe and Jiwaka reported 2 cases each. The accumulative total of cases reported stands at over 15,000. A total of 14,108 people have recovered, with 154 known deaths. All 22 provinces, including the autonomous region of Bougainville, have reported cases. You're watching National EMTV News. Among stories after the break, BSP reports positive signs for the economy following the annual general meeting and one successful community project in Jiwaka. Stay with us for the details. Welcome back. Bank South Pacific made known last Friday during its annual general meeting and presentation of first quarter 2021 results that there are positive signs for the PNG economy going into the future. This comes despite a difficult 2020 business year where BSP, although still being able to make a profit of 806 million kina, was less than previous year results and is going into doing COVID-19 inoculation for its staff located around the country.
It's no secret that every business in PNG, including commercial banks, were hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. However, BSP board and management anticipate a positive profit outcome for 2021 compared to last year, given improvement of the COVID-19 situation. BSP Chairman Sekostas Konstantino says the bank has had challenges not just in PNG but across its operations in the Pacific, with COVID restrictions having been in place. However, Chairman Konstantino forecasts a positive economic future for PNG, given major resource projects being given the go-ahead.
And particularly more so in PNG, I think good times are coming for PNG. We're also very fortunate, I think, also that we have the Papua LNG project that has been successfully completed and is proceeding. We have Total, who's a lead partner, who's doing the upstream, and Exxon doing the downstream. I mean, these projects are 48 billion. This is right outside our doorstep. There's not many countries in the world that have these types of projects. As you can see in the papers, the next one is Pinang, which is very, very similar. It's a very similar size to Papua. Both of them, between them, around about 22 and 23 billion US.
Say that the bank has still been able to provide some relief during the difficult times with lending options.
Some of the key strategies have certainly been around ensuring that we're able to provide support to our customers during the more difficult times. BSP has always had a process and a policy of having a provisioning policy for our lending to recognise some of the risks that we encounter, not just in PNG but across the Pacific. That conservative balance sheet has been able to assist BSP to progress and to operate profitably during 2020 and the first quarter of 2021.
Being the largest commercial bank in the country, BSP is happy to participate effectively in what it forecasts as positive times for PNG's economy, where Papua LNG, Pinang and Porgera are set to generate foreign direct investment. This comes amidst BSP announcing during the AGM that the bank is preparing to join the Australian Stock Exchange by end of this month. Dennis Orere, National EMTV News.
About 50 residents at Kwikila Station in Rigo District had a week-long basic water, sanitation and hygiene training program and successfully graduated on Friday. They graduated with certificates in basic health and hygiene best practice. The training basically covered how to build safe and proper latrines that are long-lasting and best health practices. That program was funded by the Japanese government and facilitated by Feedback Foundation from India.
Anis Foundation is an NGO that specializes in community development programs around the country. At present, it is leading water, sanitation, and hygiene program as prevention and response for COVID-19 in schools and villages in Rigo district. The program is sponsored by the government of Japan in partnership with UNICEF and run by Anis Foundation, facilitated by Feedback Foundation of India.
We have a number of programs that we are running, and we are happy to be part of the big family of Papua New Guinea in delivering all these community development projects around the country. So mainly we're looking at programs in water supply and sanitation, wash programs. This is the biggest program that we have in the foundation. And we have been working in partnership with UNICEF, and UNICEF have been very supportive in the last 2 years. And this is the 3 years that we are into working on this WASH program.
According to the trainers, facilitators, and participants, one of the projects in WASH program is proper toilet. This new toilet technology is cost-effective and long-lasting. In this new method, the toilet pit would not be deep, thus allowing feces to speedily decompose and will not give off bad odor.
Maybe going to the community law, teach them also that all can basically improving behavior and practices law how law digging good toilet where we can cost effective, toilet where we can stop safe from flies, toilet where we can get lead now, we are closing the lid.
Never by stop, and by take him 1 blood, 7 years, 6 years, low and by pull up. Now, you may walk him travel through, go downstairs there, and through my drum, go inside there and say, pull up. Binatan kekem na, no can smell. Binatan to a muscle stuff, and Binatan no stop underneath them, can read them die.
Many participants say they have learned a lot from this program about health and hygiene. They will add it to best practice for good health for everyone.
Toilet is one of the things that has been neglected and not been regarded as very important asset in the community. Now I became to be convinced, I am convinced, after this workshop, I realized that toilet plays a very big role in the requirement for hygiene and health in the community.
Among the participants were Isaac Matthew and Lillian Ponduk, who were recent graduates of Communication Studies at the PNG University of Technology, who attended the training program as well as helping in facilitating.
There's a lot that I want to do to the community, but the problem is we need to have the drive to do that. And I believe that with this training have given me the courage, and with this workshop and with the experience from the facilitators have given me a new stand to what I believe, to save the community.
Facilitators Feedback Foundation for the opportunity to be engaged in this training. I've learned so much things from this training, and I've learned so much from this training, and I know this knowledge will go a long way.
Alexis Sengi, National EMTV News.
Pomio district in East New Britain province is one of the most rural districts with no road connecting Pomio to Kokopo. Due to this, MV Pomio was purchased last year and has been in full operation the past 4 months to provide for the people in the district's 5 LLGs. The ship is owned by the Pomio people through its business arm, the Pomio Development Corporation. It was purchased at a cost of more than 5 million kina from South Korea and currently managed by the Rabaul Coastal Shipping Company. The shipping service supports the district agriculture programs both in the Pomio and the neighbouring Kandri and Gloucester district of West New Britain province. Pomio MP Elias Kapavora encouraged his people to grasp this opportunity to boost their agriculture efforts.
Their mentality has changed in the last couple of months. We told them, your ship is coming and you need to fill the ship. The ship can carry up to 200 tons of cargoes, apart from 194 passenger seats. So we made this decision, and it's actually supporting the people well now on the copra and the cocoa and the coffee coming back to Kokopo for the last couple of months. Still a challenge for us, but as I've said, we should not continue to see the challenges and give up on those things, but ask ourselves, what can we do? What can we out of the opportunities that we have to make some change for ourselves.
This is the story of a faith-based organization that has set up a successful agro-industry business in Jiwaka province. Go Where Assistance is Needed, or Global Swan, is an association that is made up of professionals from Jiwaka province who are followers of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. After a visit to East Kambia in Jiwaka for a retreat program in 2014, they established their business arm, Kambia Organic Coffee, to bring service to the people.
After 7 years of hard work, it paid off with the launching of Kambia Organic Coffee at Gilead in East Kambia, Jiwaka. An 18,000 hectares of land has been secured to plant coffee, cocoa and vanilla and collect honey. An approximate 40 million kina is needed to deliver the project, which is expected to bring in export revenue of close to 2 billion kina annually.
Project one time Vision 2050 for government take back PNG, now making PNG become one of the richest black nation in the world, and also project to the medium-term development plan the government.
So far, 450,000 coffee trees were planted. The project may sound simple, but Global Swan and Kambia Organic Coffee have conquered many challenges to achieve the launching.
The project side, you may not got the road links, but you may got the bush track where you may walk about, you may crossing water, you may got fast-flowing rivers and stuff. Sometimes take him 2 days to walk.
There are no form of air and road access into East Kambia, no schools and health centers, or any development and social activities taking place. These people have lived a nomadic lifestyle until the arrival of Global Swan in 2014, which had brought some light. Today, there are some houses built at the project site with job employment of 450 locals.
We are the big mass, faith-based organization, people like helping rural people. Name it up, finish them. 7 where assistance is needed.
Global Swan have also built an 8-post, an elementary school, and an airstrip to bring coffee beans out, but is yet to be certified by CASA. The project was recently recognized in December 2020 by the national government for being one of the major agriculture projects in Jiwaka. They have received some intervention funding support. Work is still progressing, but there is aim to alleviate poverty in this part of the country through coffee and agro-business. Their main purpose of starting the project was to ensure that the people of Kambia may experience some form of development and improve their standard of living. Coffee Industry Corporation Managing Director Dr. Mark Kenny, who officiated the ceremony, asked for partnership with the government to continue to bring services to rural communities in PNG.
Government must work and put him road and preach. Become inside. Me blow all the only man want them to walk on them. Me look him this lad, talk me aremia. Want to good talk him come out. Me play no sense in place.
Vasinata Yama, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
And now looking at the NASFund market report, the kina opened unchanged at $0.2850 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina will buy $0.2775 $0.3546 Australian dollars, $0.2196 euro, and 29.67 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices, at New York closed, gold is trading lower. Coffee, cocoa, and copra closed lower. Palm oil closed lower. Crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed at 164.62 points lower. The ASX 200 is trading at 82.5 points higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading at 80 points higher.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Tokara volleyball competition yesterday hosted its grand finale. The competition started in May this year with 20 teams participating in the men's and women's division. Competition sponsor and Mosby Northwest by-election candidate Lohia Boy Samuel presented the trophies to the winners in both divisions. Gliders team in both male and female A-grade division were the winners of the LBS Cup.
Despite the blistering heat of the sun, the Tokara community came out in numbers to cheer their teams who made it to the grand final in the Tokara volleyball competition. Female A-grade division opened the grand final match of the day, which saw Gliders and Digicel-sponsored Cowboys went head-to-head for the LBS Cup. Gliders claimed the trophy and prize money, defeating the Cowboys. In the men's A-grade division, it was the battle of the two Trans Highway teams, Aukiana and Gliders. The Gliders team, dominated by Kerama boys, were too good for the Kairuku Aukiana side, who grabbed the first set with their power spike from backcourt. Trailing behind one set, Aukiana regrouped with their strong defense to claim the second and third set. But the Route 600 boys proved too strong as the volleyball kings and were crowned the champions of the 2021 Tokara volleyball competition, defeating the AOS in the last set. Gliders received 1,200 kina as the winners, while Aukiana walked away with 700 kina as the runner-ups of the comp. The competition looked energetic with the inclusion of majority of youths. The games coordinator Nicole Boyama says the competition is grateful for their participation.
We are actually doing this to keep away youths from all the troublesome that peers all have around this community. So we want them to be involved in sporting events that will make them feel like, there's something more than hanging around and mingling around with all the rubbish that's around them.
As the major sponsor of the competition, Lawyer Boy Samuel presented the trophies to the competition winners. Coordinator Boyama was thankful for the sponsorship and participation of the teams and Tokara community.
I'd like to say thank you to our major sponsor, Lawyer Boy Samuel. I'd like to thank our community, plus all the participating teams, and not forgetting our families who sacrificed their time to support us, bringing this competition up to where it is now.
Also in 2 weeks' time, they will host the men's touch footy grand final. Suli, Trukai Sports.
The deadline for the expression of interest for the National Soccer League competition is 4 days away, but only 2 teams have paid their EOI non-refundable fees of 10,000 kina. Papua New Guinea Football Association says the late submissions made after the deadline date of May 28, 2021 will not be accepted.
The National Soccer League is slowly picking up pace, especially with teams vying to pay their expression of interest non-refundable fees of 10,000 kina. The deadline for interested teams to pay the 10,000 kina is this week Friday, the 28th of May. The competition department of PNGFA have sent EOIs to 15 interested franchise clubs, but only 2 responded positively by paying their dues. The 2 teams are Port Moresby Strikers, formerly the Southern Strikers, and Hekari United FC of Port Moresby. Both teams have paid their EOI non-refundable fees of 10,000 kina and have also submitted their expression of interest EOI forms to the PNGFA competition department. Other teams are yet to meet the affiliation and registration requirements. These teams include Kimbe FC representing the New Guinea Islands, Ley City Dwellers, FC Morobe Wawens, and Morobe United representing Ley Morobe Province, and Tusbab Stallions representing Medeng, Kutubu FC from Kutubu, Star Mountain FC from Tabubil, and Hekari United FC, Vitias FC, Komara FC, FC Bougainville from Port Moresby, and Oro United FC representing Popondetta, while Sipik FC for Wewak. The NSL season is expected to kick off on July 17, 2021. Clubs are being encouraged to pay up their necessary registration and affiliation requirements. The 2021 NSL season comprises of a 10-team competition, and it is important for clubs to express interest at the earliest, as late submissions made after the 28th of May deadline will not be accepted, unless otherwise instructed by the NSL Standing Committee or the PNG-FA Executive Committee. The annual affiliation fee remains at 80,000 kina and must be paid by July 12, 2021 before the tentative 2021 NSL season competition start date of July 17th. Fidelis Sukina, Trukai Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The weather details coming up next.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
I'll look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region only. Mostly fine weather in Port Moresby. Showers, then cloudy weather in Daru. Fine though partly cloudy in Kerma and Alotau, and mostly fine weather in Popondetta.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that's been the news, sport and weather for Monday, the 24th of May 2021. On behalf of the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.